Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I'm Dr. Pooja Walia-Maan from SGI Samalkha. Today, we are going to talk on the module Segmentation and Targeting of Services from the paper Services Marketing. In this module, we will learn the meaning of segmentation and targeting of services, importance of focus strategies for the service firms, and the basis of segmentation of service marketing. When a marketer have an idea for a great new offering, he hopes to become a hot seller. Before he quit his day job, he has to ask himself, does my idea satisfy the consumer's needs and add value to the existing level of products and services? Who's going to buy my product and service? And will there be enough of these people to make it worth my while? Certain people will be more attracted in what you offer than others. Not everyone needs insurance. Not everyone needs a beauty services. And not every organization needs to purchase a CT scanner. Every customer has his own kind of demand. Some will buy a few and a few will buy many. In terms of potential buyers, not all of them are created equal. Some customers are more equal than others, however. A number of people might be interested in the product idea if it satisfies their needs, adds value, is priced right, or if they are aware when your service exists in the marketplace. Marketer goal is to figure out which people and organizations are interested in their service ideas. For this purpose, they need to divide or segment the people and organizations into different groups of potential buyers with similar characteristics. This process is called market segmentation, and this is where involves asking questions. What groups of buyers are similar enough that the same service will appeal to all of them? Let's move on to the meaning of segmentation. Market segmentation is the process of dividing an entire market into different customer segments. Targeting or target marketing then entails deciding which potential customer segments the company will focus on. It comes before targeting, which helps a company to be more selective about who they are marketing their products to. Marketing segmentation and targeting are equally important for ensuring the overall success of any service company. Today, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, the STP, are a familiar strategic approach in modern marketing. The STP model is useful to create marketing communication plans since it helps marketers to develop strategies and then create and deliver personalized and relevant messages to engage with different audiences. The diagram on the slide shows the working of the STP model. The first step is that of market segmentation. Here, the basis for segmentation are identified and the important characteristics of each market segment is determined. The second step is that of market targeting. It evaluates the potential and commercial attractiveness of each of the segments identified in the first step. Targeting is done by selecting one or more than one market segments. The third step is of product positioning. That is, to develop a detailed product positioning in the minds of the consumers for selected segments. Here, the marketing mix which could attract the selected segment is also developed. STP is relevant to digital marketing also, where applying marketing person can help develop more relevant digital communications as shown by these alternative tactical customer segmentation approaches. In addition, STP focuses on commercial effectiveness, selecting the most valuable segments for a business, and then developing a marketing mix and product positioning strategy for each segment. So, students, what is the importance of segmentation of services? Well, as already stated, segmentation is the basis for developing targeted and effective marketing plans. Further, analysis of market segments enables decisions about intensity of marketing activities in particular segments. A segment-oriented marketing approach generally offers a range of advantages for both businesses and customers. We look at the points of importance in a little more detail. The first is the focus of the company. It is an effective method to enhance the focus of a firm on market segments. If a marketeer has better focus, obviously he will have better returns too. A number of automobile companies have started focusing on small car segments. This is nothing else but a company changing its focus for better returns. Thus, companies develop their strategy based on a new segment which increases its profitability potential. The second is the increase in competitiveness. Once the marketeer's focus increases, their competitiveness in that market segment is also expected to increase. Segmentation increases the competitiveness of service firms. For example, if you are focusing on youngsters, your brand recall and equity with youngsters will be very high. Your market share might increase and the chances of a new competitor entering might decrease too. The brand loyalty will definitely increase. Thus, market segmentation also increases competitiveness of a firm from a holistic point of view. The third is the market expansion. In segmentation, expansion is immediately possible. Suppose you have your market strategy on the basis of geography. Then, once you are catering to a particular area or a territory, you can immediately expand to a nearby territory. In the same way, if you are targeting customers based on their demography, then you can expand in similar products. For example, Reebok targets fitness enthusiasts. For the expansion, it took the range of clothes and accessories to the same target segment. Therefore, segmentation plays a vital role in expansion. The next is the customer retention. By using segmentation, customer retention can be cheered through the life cycle of a customer. You may take an example of hospitality segment where there are hotels, airlines, or hospitals. Hospitality services is a growing sector in India where a customer has an ample number of choices starting from a local dhaba to a luxurious hotel catering services on the basis of customer demands. Segmentation can have better communication also. One of the P's of marketing mix, which is absolutely dependent on STP, is promotion or communication. The communication of a company needs to be spot on for its target market. Thus, if you need a target market, you need segmentation. Communication cannot be possible without knowing your target market. Imagine if you had to make someone across a curtain understand what politics is. You would go on about the ruling parties, states, countries, and politicians. And when the curtain is taken aside, you find that the person across the curtain is a 5-year-old kid. Is there any use talking to him about politics? This shows why communication needs segmentation. If you don't know your market segment, what is their demography, what is their psychology, where they are from, then how can you form an effective communication message? It increases profitability. Well, segmentation does help in increasing the competitiveness, brand recall, brand equity, customer retention, and communication. Thus, if it is affecting so many factors of business, then definitely it will affect the profitability of the firm also. Have you ever seen people bargaining in a Nike or a BMW showroom? Well, one of the USPs of these brands is their segmentation. They are in fact targeting segments which have no need of bargaining or negotiations. Thus, their profitability is high. We now discuss the various focus strategies which may help develop competitive advantage. It's not usually realistic for a firm to approach to all actual or potential buyers in a market because customers are widely scattered and too varied in their needs, purchasing behavior, and consumption patterns. Firms themselves differ in their abilities to serve different types of customers. So, instead of attempting to compete in an entire market, each company wishes to focus its effort on those customers it can serve the best. The company's focus can be described on two different dimensions. These dimensions define the four basic focus strategies as are shown in this figure. The dimensions are market focus and service focus. Market focus stands to which a firm serves few or many markets, while service focus describes the extent to which a firm offers few or many services. A fully focused organization provides a very limited range of services, perhaps just a single core product to a narrow and specific market segment. It means companies put all its best efforts to a selected segment. For example, Aspen Travel serves the specific needs of the film production industry. A market-focused company concentrates on a narrow market segment but has a wide range of services. Each travel fest store serves a limited geographical market, appealing to families and individuals planning vacation trips rather than to business travelers, but offers a broad array of services. A company which is service focused offers a narrow range of services to a fairly broad market. Thus, Capital Prestige Travel specializes in the narrow field of discounted cruise sailings, but reaches customers across a broad geographical market through a telephone based delivery system. Finally, many service providers fall into the unfocused category because they try to serve broad markets and provide a wide range of services. We come to the point to discuss whether there are any risks and opportunities of a fully focused strategy. A fully focused organization provides a limited range of services to a narrow and specific market segment. There are both opportunities and risks to such a strategy. If a firm has specialization in a well defined area, it may provide protection against the competitors, and then the firm can take high prices. The biggest risk is that the market may be too small to get the volume of business needed for financial success. Other risks include the danger that demand for the service may decrease because of alternative products, or that the purchasers in the chosen segment may be affected by an economic downward trend. The opportunities are developing recognized expertise in a well defined niche which may provide protection against any future competitors. Secondly, it allows the firm to charge premium prices from the target customers. The risks involved are market may be too small to generate the needed volume of business. Secondly, the demand for a service may be displaced by generic competition from alternative products. And finally, the purchasers in the chosen segment may be susceptible to economic downturn. So, what are the risks and opportunities of a service focused strategy? Such players provide a narrow range of services to a broad market. As soon as new segments are added, the firm should try to develop knowledge and skills in serving each segment. This requires a wider sales effort and greater investment in marketing communication. The opportunities are it serves to create a portfolio of customers that hedge the company against such risks. However, the risks involved are as new segments are added, firm needs expertise to serve each segment. Secondly, more sales effort and more time is spent in designing the marketing communication. So, what are the risks and opportunities of a market focused strategy? A market focused company focuses on a narrow market segment but has a wide range of services. Before choosing a market focused strategy, managers must make sure that their firms have the operational capability to do an excellent job of delivering each of the different services selected. Marketer must understand the customer purchasing practices and preferences. The opportunities are the potential of selling many services to a narrow segment. But the risks is need to have a strong operational capability and a perfect understanding of the customer's needs, wants and preferences. The fourth is the unfocused strategy. Finally, a large number of service providers fall into the unfocused category because they try to capture broad markets and provide a broad range of services. The danger with this strategy is that unfocused firms often are jack of all trades and master of none. The service attributes and level is an important point in here. When a target segment is selected, firms need to provide their market with the right service concept. A lot of research requires to see what attributes of a given service are important to specific market segments. However, it is dangerous to overgeneralize. The importance of attributes may differ for the same individual according to purpose of using the service, who makes the decision, timing of use, whether a service is used alone or in a group, and the composition of that particular group. The consumers choose between alternative service offerings based on perceived differences between them. Attributes that distinguish competing services from one another are not necessarily the most important ones. Determinant attributes determine buyers' choices between the competing alternatives. Service characteristics that are important to purchasers should be noted. Customers see significant differences between the competing alternatives on these attributes. We move ahead to the targeting of services. A target market is that selected market of consumers that a company wants to sell its services to and to whom it directs its marketing efforts. Firstly, marketer needs to identify the target market and thereafter develops his own marketing plan. A target market can be separated from the market as a whole by geography, by the buying power, and the psychographics. Once the segments have been evaluated, the market to be targeted can be selected on the basis of, firstly, undifferentiated marketing. The undifferentiated marketing strategy emphasizes on entire target market rather than a segment. This strategy employs a single marketing mix, that is, one product, one price, one placement, and a single promotional effort to reach to the maximum number of consumers in that target market. Marketing gives commodities, says sugar and salt are example of products that might be marketed effectively through an undifferentiated strategy, as many consumers in the overall market have similar needs for the products. This was maintained by William Pride and O.C. Farrell. Differentiated marketing is the next step. This is a customized approach and satisfies customers according to their needs. A differentiated marketing strategy targets different market segments with specific marketing mixes designed especially to meet those segments' needs. Each mix includes a product, price, placement, and promotional program customized specifically for a particular segment. For example, a company that manufactures vitamin supplements might identify gender-based market segments. It could produce one multivitamin formula for women and another for men. It could further differentiate by segmenting the gender groups by life stage and creating different marketing mixes around each one. Differentiated marketing is best suited for markets with readily identifiable segments, each with distinctive needs. The next is concentrated marketing. The concentrated strategy provides a third solution that allows marketers to target a single market segment with a single marketing mix. The ability to specialize to this degree has the advantage of allowing a company to focus its resources on meeting the needs of a single, well-defined and well-understood market, which makes it more competitive against larger companies. On the downside, a concentrated marketing strategy can pigeonhole a company into a single service and a single market and may leave it vulnerable to the effects of changing conditions within that market segment. The last strategy could be the micro marketing. Micro marketing is a marketing strategy in which advertising efforts are focused on a small group of highly targeted consumers. Micro marketing requires a company to narrowly define a particular audience by a particular characteristic, such as somebody's job title or the skill set. It can be a more expensive technique due to the customization, which leads to a lack of availing the economies of scale. So students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. In any competitive industry, firms need to focus to achieve competitive advantage. There are three focus strategies that can be used to achieve the competitive advantage. They are number one, fully focused, number two, service focused, and number three, market focused. Now there is a fourth one also, the unfocused strategy. However, it is not advisable for firms to choose an unfocused strategy, as this will mean that they spread themselves too thin to remain competitive. Marketing segmentation forms the basis for the three focus strategies. In marketing segmentation, firms should identify and select target segments that it can serve the best. When determining the attributes that are important to its target segments, there is a need to understand the difference between important and determinant attributes in consumer choice decisions. An attribute may be important to the consumer, but that may not be important for a buying decision. For example, safety is important, but all airlines travel considers are not seen as safe. If that is the case, such an attribute should not be used as a basis of segmentation. Detrimental attributes are the attributes that consumers focus on when comparing the alternative services and can be used for the product positioning. Once the important and determinant attributes are understood, management should decide what service level the firm can achieve for each of these attributes. Service levels are often used to segment the customers according to their willingness to trade off price and service level across a broad variety of attributes. With the understanding of service attributes and levels, the firms can develop their market positioning strategy. To do that, they need to conduct market, internal, and the competitor analysis. The outcome of these analysis is the position statement. Positioning changes and does not stay still. It needs to develop and change according to the changes in competitive responses and consumer trends. Thank you.